In The Lord of the Rings of Power, if Adar, the father of orcs, transforms from a Uruk, orc-like creature, into an elf, it would be a deeply significant moment, particularly in terms of his inner struggle and the nature of the Rings of Power. This kind of transformation could imply many symbolic and thematic layers about redemption, identity, and the corrupting yet possibly restorative power of the rings. What does the transformation imply? If Adar, who was once corrupted by Morgoth and became the father of orcs, suddenly looks like a pure elf again, it suggests that beneath his twisted exterior, a part of his original self has been restored. This transformation would have profound implications for both Adar's character and the larger narrative. Restoration of Adar's true nature. Adar was originally an elf before being corrupted by Morgoth to serve in his evil army. His transformation back to an elf might suggest that the dark magic that corrupted him has been temporarily or permanently lifted. His inner elven nature, which had been buried under centuries of evil influence, could be re-emerging, indicating that his corruption might not be irreversible. The Ring of Power, Nenya, belonging to Galadriel, is known for its ability to preserve, protect, and heal. It is a ring of subtlety and preservation, and in the hands of someone with noble intentions, it could have incredibly restorative properties. If Adar somehow used Nenya or was affected by it, the ring could have triggered the restoration of his elven form, wiping away his corrupted appearance. This suggests that Nenya has the power to not only protect but also reverse the effects of evil. In Adar's case, his transformation could be air salt of the ring's healing abilities, pulling him back from the edge of darkness. Throughout Season 1, Adar is portrayed as a complex villain, hostile to both Sauron and the elves. His hostility may stem from his deep internal conflict. He was once an elf, but he has been twisted by Morgoth into abing of hatred. The transformation could imply that, deep down, Adar has never fully abandoned his original elven self. His aggressive actions may have been driven by a desire to protect his children, the orcs, rather than a lust for power like Sauron's. The return of his elven form might signify the resolution of this conflict, where the elf within him has triumphed over the darkness. This transformation could mean that he has momentarily or permanently overcome the corrupting influence of Morgoth and Sauron, embracing a purer version of himself. The transformation likely happened because of the peculiar power of Nenya, combined with Adar's original nature as an elf. If Adar attempted to use Nenya against Sauron, as seen in Season 2, Episode 7, this might have been a key moment in the transformation. Perhaps Sauron, understanding the power of the rings, manipulated Adar into exposing himself to Nenya's healing magic. The transformation could have been an unintended consequence of Adar's desire to fight Sauron with the ring's power. Sauron might have foreseen that Adar's plan to use Nenya against him would trigger this transformation, making him vulnerable. This would be part of Sauron's broader scheme, allowing Adar to change, perhaps even to weaken his hold over the orcs by turning him back into an elf. Adar's transformation into an elf again also reveals more about his original nature before Morgoth twisted him into the father of orcs. As one of the first elves to fall under Morgoth's control, Adar was likely a noble and powerful figure in elven society. His transformation back into an elf implies that he was not completely lost to darkness and that there may still be hope for others who were similarly corrupted. Adar's elven past is significant because it means that, despite centuries of evil, his true nature was never entirely destroyed. The transformation shows that he was, in essence, a victim of Morgoth's evil influence, rather than inherently evil himself. The return to his elven form suggests that there is always the potential for redemption, even for those who have been lost to darkness for a long time.